champ is here.
Actually, he was this week.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fantasy Log. I am your host, James Phoenix.
You mean the XFL?
Oh yeah, it's XFL now. Same show. I don't care. We're like 2 weeks late, and it's a shit. That is the quality of show that we're reviewing tonight. That is what it deserves.
Fair.
With me is Jeff and Tiff.
Aye.
Hello.
All right, so yeah, this is Super Showdown. No hyphen in Showdown.
Or as we affectionately refer to it here at the XFL, Super Shitdown.
Well, he does anyway.
It was
Anyway.
that bad.
Yeah, so we're going to review it. Risa couldn't join us tonight, but we do have scores from her. So we're going to go through this, get through it. Wasn't a good show, so we're just going to get through it as quick as possible. And we will, but at the end of this week, get caught back up, hopefully. We'll do last week's one night this week, maybe Thursday or Friday, and then we'll do this week's on Saturday per usual. We'll try to get some Star Kid videos worked in here as well. Also, there are forthcoming reviews of both the new live-action Aladdin movie and my comparative review of Ready Player One, book to movie, and vice versa. So stay tuned for those.
And our coverage of E3.
And E3 coverage at some point.
We have a lot of shit to do.
Yeah, well, we got to do it.
Yep.
All right, let's check the scores. Allocation window. Here we go over here. All right.
Are you going to
Present it.
present? There you
I
go.
got it. Calm the fuck down. All right, let's go over here. All right, let's consider the weekly scores. Currently in the lead, just barely, is Captain Planet of the Holograms at 36.75. Me and the Phenomenal New Dogs are right behind at 36.52. Then at 28.34, we have the Real Huggable Sensation, followed by the iconic Premier Man's Club for Women's Rights at 27.20. So about 100 points between Tiff and Risa, and only about 30 points between me and Jeff. So very close scores.
This is going to be a slobber knocker, King.
Checking out the leaderboards. Still at the top of the leaderboards with a massive lead is the WWE Champion, Kofi Kingston. He's at 681 points. Following him is the Raw Women's Champion, Becky Lynch, at 383. The man. Her boyfriend, Seth freaking Rollins, the Universal Champion, coming in at 378. Followed by the SmackDown Women's Champion, Bayley, at 375. The big dog, Roman Reigns, coming in at number 5 at 343. Followed by the best in the world, Shane McMahon, at 315. The one and only Ricochet is at 301 at number 7. Number 8 is the Abs of 205 Live and Cruiserweight Champion Tony Nese at 298. Baron Corbin coming in there at 293. And rounding out the top 10 is the Queen, Charlotte, at 265.
Hey, you know what I just realized, Jim?
What did you just realize, Jim?
I think this is the first time in the history of the XFL/Fantasy Log where the top 4 on the leaderboards are the 4 main champions of the company.
You are probably right. That's a good eye there. Seems appropriate, though.
Yeah.
Feels like that should be more frequent than it is, but fair enough.
Well, that's because usually when WWE books their main champions, once they become the champion, they do fuck all until they defend it.
Fair enough.
Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, well. Anyway. So. Let us go ahead and put these into order. Jeff, move your stupid cursor. I want to put these in order from A to Z. There we go. Okay. So let's go to the recap and see what happened at this clusterfuck.
Fair.
I'm going to close this window out because I don't need it. I'm going to go over here. All right. So, Super Showdown. Coming from the King Abdullah International Stadium in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia.
Boo.
On June 7th. I have the wrong date in the title of this video. Oh, well, I'll fix it later. I thought it was last Friday. It was actually the Friday before.
Yep.
Anyway, so we're going to talk about this. Big opening video package, the usual big stage, pyro, the whole 9 yards. Crowd was hyped. We did the whole shebang. There was a pre-show match, which we're going to cover very briefly because nobody bothered to recap it.
Okay, then.
So I have a very brief summation here that Risa located, which is basically the two teams fought. The Revival beat Slutted Jimmy for the first half of the match. Jay got a hot tag. They went back and forth for a few more minutes, and Jimmy won with a super kick on Dash Wilder.
Okay, then.
That's what happened. So, there you go. So, point-wise for that, we're going to have ourselves... the Revival are each going to get 8 points for wrestling at a pay-per-view, and that's about it because they did no moves. That's going to put Dash Wilder at 120. And Scott Dawson down here. Where is he? Scott Dawson. There we go. He's at 125. On the other side of things, the winners, Jay Uso will get 20 for being on the winning team at a pay-per-view, because we have 20 for pay-per-view teammate now. Let's remember that. So Jay gets 20 for being on the winning team. He gets 8 for being in the match, and 1 move for the double super kick that went down near the end of the match. 29 points to Jay. It's 236. And then Jimmy, who won the match, is going to get 30 for winning the match, 8 for being in it, and 2 moves. 1 for a super kick and 1 for a double super kick. Is 40 points to Jimmy. It's about 243. There we go. All right. So that's that match. Done, did it, own it, moving on. So then we do the whole shot. We see the Arabic announce team. The whole shebang goes down. And we have our opening match. Seth Rollins defending his WWE Universal Championship against Baron Corbin.
That match was surprisingly okay. It was a decent match. There was a lot of back and forth, a lot of countering. And a lot of Seth Rollins selling his busted ass ribs that he showed up taped up with.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of Baron Corbin screaming at the ref, saying, "Do your job!" Because, Baron Corbin can never get Seth Rollins down for the 3. And it got to the point where Baron Corbin knocked Seth Rollins down. He hit him with something. He only got a 2, and then he got fucking irate at the ref. And the ref at this point had enough of Corbin's shit and started screaming back at him and shoved him back and stuff. So Rollins grabbed him by the nuts and rolled him up. 1, 2, 3.
Okay then.
And then yeah, so Beast in the Bank came down with Paulrus. And apparently this was scripted because Paulrus decided to trip on the ropes and fall flat on his face, dropping the briefcase in the ring.
Oops.
Which distracted Brock Lesnar, who marched down with a steel chair, to where Rollins got up, low blowed him, grabbed the chair, and lacerated his back with a chair.
Okay then.
Multiple times.
Yes. And the bell never rang, so it was not an official cash-in.
No. And credits Paul Heyman for selling this, because Brock Lesnar on the mat was like, "Oh, I'm so wounded," and then was trying to get his briefcase because he wanted to hold the briefcase. So he grabbed it and he pulled it in, and it ended up under his face. And Rollins was just like, "Fuck it," who ran up, and as he was going for the stomp, Paul Heyman, you could hear him screaming. This is how loud Paul was like, "No, no, 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 no!" It just bam, curb stomp into the briefcase.
Ow.
Yeah.
Fair
I should
enough.
mention, before Brock came out, Corbin was so pissed off he got in the ring, end of dazed Rollins, and then left, and that's when Brock came out to try to pick the bones, and then Paulrus fell flat on his face.
Fair enough.
Giving Seth enough time to recover. So, yeah, huge botch on trying to cash in Money in the Bank there, Brock.
Yeah.
So the match itself was decent, though. I would give it 3 stars.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that the air of incompetence that emanates from Baron Corbin, especially in relation to Money in the Bank briefcases, hindered Brock and Paul.
I could say that. I could see that. Also,
And
I don't know if the announcer chose to announce Corbin this way or if it was scripted, but you know how he always says, local town's favorite son?
yeah.
The ring announcer paused and hesitated before doing it,
Uh-huh.
and it gave it kind of that dramatic effect. And as he did it, he's like, Jetta's favorite son, and Baron Corbin just grinned, and the crowd just deafening boo. They played it off so well.
Nice.
So, Bork and Paul get 3 points. Lesnar 3 for showing up. Paul, I gave him 3 for actually doing his job well. Best manager in the company right now.
Well, yeah, we know this. 4, and Paulus is down here somewheres. Paulus, there we go. Okay.
And we have Baron Corbin, your loser.
Yep.
8 points for wrestling a pay-per-view match. 9 for countering a springboard clothesline, frog splash, and suicide dive. 6 for evading a blockbuster and a curb stomp. And 6 for moves, his Dream Crusher, the front suplex slam, bear hug, corner clothesline, deep 6, and the post-match end of days, for a total of 29 points to Baron Corbin.
Okay, then. 29?
29.
Okay, let's see. That would be the 9. Let's see. That'd be 7. Would be 302. That'd be 322.
All right. And your winner, and still Universal Champion, Seth freaking Rollins.
Yep.
So 8 for wrestling a pay-per-view match, 30 for winning a pay-per-view match, 25 for retaining the Universal Championship, 9 for countering the Blood Moon, the End of Days, and a Dream Crusher. 6 for doing a standing dropkick, discus elbow, sling blade, 2 suicide dives, a super kick, and the aforementioned post-match curb stomp. 4 for the post-match assault on Brock. 3 for using the chair on Brock. And I did give him an OMG for the curb stomp on the briefcase. What do you think?
That is fair.
All right. Total of 90 points to Seth Rollins.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
88, 98, 08, 18, 28, 38, 48, 58. That would be 468. Good God. Still nowhere near Kofi, but good gods.
Well, that's what happens when Bork decides to antagonize the Architect.
Apparently.
Back to you, Mr. Phoenix.
Okie dokie. Rolling on. Where the hell's my recap? I have lost my recap. There it is. Okay. So after all of that, we had a commercial for Stomping Grounds. We then saw Lesnar leaving the ring and grabbing his left elbow from the chair attacks, and it was all bruised up and shit. He grabbed his briefcase from Heyman, and they slowly walked up the very long ramp. Now, we were then joined by Andrade, who did not have Zelina Vega because Saudi Arabia. And we then had a cool specialty demon entrance for the demon Finn Balor, who was accompanied by some dudes dressed in black and a special staging area, I guess.
Which I would like to point out the huge irony here that one of the YouTube channels I watch pointed out. I'm like, oh yeah, good point.
Okay.
So apparently Aleister Black was not allowed entry into Saudi Arabia because of his tattoos, because they're all demonic and shit.
Uh-huh.
Yet Finn Balor painted up as a goddamn demon was perfectly fine. What the fuck, Saudi Arabia? No, demonic tattoos are no go, but an actual goddamn demon you have no problem with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Way to be contradictory.
Yeah. So anyway,
Well, this is the same country who thinks women are lesser beings.
Andrade opened things with a jawbreaker and a knee to the face. Balor came back, basement drop kicked on a double foot stomp. Balor got thrown to the turnbuckle, but Andrade missed a corner attack. Went over the top and crashed to the floor. Balor tried an apron attack, but got tripped up. They got back in the ring. Andrade with a missile drop kick on Balor for a 2. Then the Three Amigos vertical suplexes that I guess he's using now. Balor charged at Andrade, who back elbowed him, and then a reverse DDT off the turnbuckle, got a 2. Andrade applied a chin lock. Balor countered out of that and hit a drop kick. Finn Balor hit a big clothesline, knocking Andrade to the floor, and then hit a suicide dive. Worked over Andrade with kicks to the chest, but Andrade then avoided a corner attack and hit an Andrade kick to the face. Balor hit an elbow to the chest and a reverse suplex into a slam for a 2. Andrade with a chop. Balor with a sling blade. Andrade with a kick to the chest, a back elbow, then a cartwheel into the knees of the back of the head, and a double knee attack. Andrade went up but missed a moonsault. Balor moved that for that moonsault, and Andrade tried another one, but Balor got his knees up and blocked it. Andrade then went for a powerbomb off the apron, but Balor blocked that, hit a double foot stomp. Balor went up, hit a double foot stomp to the back of the neck, which got a 2. Andrade came back with a double knee attack to the face, and then the hammerlock DDT, but only got a 2 because Balor got his right shoulder up. Balor came back with a dropkick to the turnbuckle. He went up top, but Andrade stopped him with a punch. He then went up top with Balor. Balor hit a front DDT off the top, then went back up, coup de grace, and 11:40 is the victory.
All right.
Which, as noted here by Mr. Canton, means that Balor remains undefeated when he is in demon form.
I think that's the point,
Yeah.
which I think is horseshit, but that's fair.
Of course you do. You don't have Finn Balor.
Well, no, I think it's horseshit because I think Finn Balor should be allowed to win as Finn fucking Balor.
Yeah, well.
I think it's horseshit that he can only win as the demon. It's like, really? Come on.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, we got a lot of stuff going on here. So let's see. So we'll start off with the loser of the match, Andrade. Andrade is going to get himself 8 points for being in this pay-per-view match. And 6 moves. Those 6 moves include a knee, the Three Amigos, a kick, a back elbow, a double knee attack, and a hammerlock DDT. We'll give Andrade 14 points.
All right.
Which would be 199. And Finn Balor is going to get himself 30 points for winning this match, 20 points for retaining the Intercontinental title, 8 points for being in the match. We had 3 evasions, 2 evasion, well, 1 evasion and 1 counter of a moonsault, and then another evasion of the powerbomb attempt. Plus 10 moves, including a basement dropkick, a back elbow, a reverse DDT, a dropkick, some more kicks, another elbow. Let's see, a double foot stomp, a dropkick, a front DDT, and the coup de grace. I count that as being 11 and not 10. Did I miscount? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wouldn't be the first time.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, it is 10. I just can't count. Okay. Well, anyway, Finn Balor ends up with 71 points.
Damn.
81, 91, and 4 is 295. Bada boom. Moving on. Next up, there were we have promos from The Miz and Jinder Mahal talking about winning the 50-man Battle Royal tonight. So promos to Jinder Mahal and The Miz. Okay. Next up. So following up that, we go to the entrance for our next match of Roman Reigns versus the best in the world, Shane McMahon, with Drew McIntyre.
It's just the feud that never ends.
Shane made his entrance. They dropped a lot of fake money from the crowd with Shane's face on it. His best in the world trophy was at ringside. Greg Hamilton did the special best in the world announce entrance. Then Drew McIntyre came out. Roman got a very big pop when he came out, and when he did his thing where he puts his fist down on the stage, a bunch of pyro went off.
You mean the Superman punch taunt?
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems to be his standard pay-per-view entrance these days.
Yep. So basically, this entire match was Roman Reigns tries to do shit, McIntyre distracts him, Shane does shit.
Okay, then. So it was shit.
McIntyre distracted off, Shane threw punches. Reigns tried a shoulder tackle, but Shane moved and Reigns went shoulder first into the ring post like you are supposed to do in that spot. Shane whipped Reigns shoulder first into the post again. It still didn't bust his head open. It can be done. McIntyre with a cheap shot kick to Reigns. Back in the ring, Shane hit a Russian leg sweep. Reigns came back with punches, clotheslines. Shane came out with a jumping back elbow, then worked over Reigns with a chin lock. Reigns hit the clotheslines against the turnbuckle and then a running kick to the face. Charged for a Superman punch, but Shane countered with a shoulder tackle to the leg and got a 2. He applied a triangle choke, but Reigns countered into the sit-out powerbomb, just like he told him he was going to. And I got a 2 off that. Shane got out of the ring. Reigns threw it back in. McIntyre grabbed Roman Reigns and hurled him into a barricade.
Was this a no DQ match?
No, not as indicated.
Shouldn't that have been an immediate disqualification because he put his hands on Roman?
You would think. I don't know if Shane was distracting a ref or what was going on. Anyway, Reigns responded by throwing Drew McIntyre into the steel stairs. He then hit McIntyre with a Superman punch. Then punched Shane in the face and threw him back in a ring. Shane kicked the ropes when Reigns was getting in the ring and then hit a spear on Reigns, got a 2. The fans were chanting CM Punk.
Wow, even in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Shane set up Reigns against a turnbuckle and went up top to attempt a coast-to-coast, but Roman Reigns jumped up and Superman punched Shane off the top rope for a 2 count. Reigns did the hoorah yell, but as he ran in for the spear, Shane kicked him in the face. But then Roman Reigns returned the favor by kicking Shane in the face, and when that happened, Shane bumped into Charles Robinson and hit him in the eye, and Charles Robinson went down like a sack of bricks. McIntyre then jumped in the ring. Robinson was stunned and sort of looking at Shane, so McIntyre hit Roman with a Claymore kick, and Shane was able to crawl over into the pin cover. So, the best in the world with a big victory in Jeddah.
Okay, then.
So, let me go over to what are my scores here. Here we go. All right, so we're gonna start things. Oh, it's probably actually learned how to count. Put that right this spot there. There we go. All right. Anyway, so it's over Drew McIntyre, who's gonna get 5 points for accompaniment, 6 for interfering, and 1 for the Claymore kick. It's 12 points to the Scottish Psychopath. All right. We then have Roman Reigns, your loser. Roman is going to get himself 8 points for being in this match. He's going to get 3 for escaping the triangle choke and 3 moves, including a powerbomb and 2 Superman punches. And it's going to give Roman Reigns 14 points.
Okay, then.
is 53 is 357. And your winner, the best in the world, who is going to get 8 points for being in this match. He's going to get 30 for winning this match. And he's going to get 5 moves, which includes 3 points for countering a Superman punch, 1 for the triangle choke, 1 move thief point for hitting Roman Reigns with a spear. Wait, 3. Yeah, that's 5. Which would give Shane 43 points for the evening. 53 and 5 is 358. Boom. Okay? Okay. Post-match, Drew McIntyre put Shane on his shoulders and Pyro went off. Meanwhile, we cut to the back where the New Day, minus Biggie, were interviewed by Byron Saxton. And Kofi did a promo saying that he needs to stay on top and needs to do it for everybody that has ever believed in themselves. And that tonight he will remain your WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
All right.
So promo to Kofi and Xavier. All right. Let's hear. Following this, the Lucha House Party came out.
Lucha, lucha, lucha. Okay.
And basically, they were facing Lars Sullivan in a handicap match.
Mm-hmm.
And Lars Sullivan was dominating through Kalisto face first into the top rope. Dorado tagged in through some punches, but got shoved down and then punched in the chest. He then grabbed him by the throat and threw him over the top out to the floor. At some point in time, Lars Sullivan started bleeding from his mouth.
Okay, then.
Sullivan went out and threw Lindsay Dorado back in the ring, which led to Lars Sullivan hitting a running shoulder tackle. Sullivan then put Lindsay Dorado on the top rope and threw him out to the floor again. Metal League came in and hit 2 kicks, a handspring elbow, 2 more kicks, and then tagged in Kalisto. Kalisto tried a turnbuckle attack, but got decked with a clothesline. Sullivan charged at Kalisto, but he pulled the ropes down, so Lars Sullivan went flying out to the floor. He got back in the ring and knocked Metal League off the apron, then picked up Kalisto and slammed him on the mat. Sullivan then went up to the top, but Lindsay Dorado and Kalisto knocked him down, and because 2 guys attacked him at once, the Lucha House Party got DQ'd.
Okay. That makes no sense.
Post-match, they continued to attacking Lars Sullivan. Lindsay Dorado hit a big splash off the top rope, and then Metal League hit an elbow drop off the top rope. The Lucha House Party guys then left the ring, so Lars Sullivan got up and went after them. Back body drop to Metal League, body slammed Kalisto on the steel ramp, then caught Dorado as he attempted an attack and slammed him into the side of the apron.
Okay.
Leaving all 3 men laying on the mat.
Was the DQ really necessary?
Evidently. Yeah, so who has that match?
I do.
Okay, Tiff, what do we got for points?
I missed 1 or 2 things for the aftermatch, but as for right now, what I have is that Kalisto has 8 for the match and 3 for especially 4 for assault. And I don't recall from the recap if he did any moves after the post-match, but he has 15 points.
Okay, that's 78 and 5 is 83.
Now, wasn't the post-match just Lars beating them up?
But they hit Metalik and Dorado each hit like a move.
Oh, I must have missed that. Okay.
Dorado. Yeah, basically, Dorado hit a splash off the top rope, and Metalik hit an elbow drop.
Fair.
So, but no, Kalisto did not do anything.
Okay, so we have Dorado. He has 8 for the match, 3 for his specialty, 4 for the assaults, and 1 for his post-match move. It gives him 16 points.
Okay, 116. And Grand Metalik.
He has 8 for the match, 3 for his specialty, 4 for the assault, 1 for a move, and then 1 for the post-match move. Gives him 17 points.
That's 107, and 7 will be 114.
And then we have Lars. He has 8 for the match, 3 for his specialty. Obviously, since it's DQ, he doesn't get a specialty win, or does he?
Nope.
And then he has it's a DQ win, so he doesn't get any points for that. We have 2 moves, 3 moves, and that gives him 14 points with a 4 for an assault, which gives him 18 points. And how many moves? Because I missed that part when I was doing this.
How many moves for what?
Post-match assault.
Not much. He just kind of body slammed one dude to throw another dude in the apron and a back body drop. None of those, I don't think any of those are his actual moves that I know of, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay, so 18 points.
18 points to Lars.
No.
98.
Not even.
Okay.
That's an insult.
Braun.
Thank you.
Okay, then. Yeah, well, here's the difference. Lars had a match on this card. Braun got thrown into a battle royal.
Yeah, Braun can walk. I think Braun wins this.
Fair enough. Moving along. We next up, we have a video package advertising the next match. We then have the entrances for the Randy Orton versus Triple H match. Randy Orton does a slow walk with a decent reaction.
I can recap this. This is my match.
Go for it.
This is an awesome match. This was match of the friggin' night. They put on a fucking clinic.
Okay.
Like, they are miles ahead of anybody on this damned roster.
Mm-hmm.
And this is with Triple H being, like, fucking old.
Mm-hmm.
But Randy Orton, I want this camera angle and these pyros in the game. Because when he gets in the ring, that does the Dutch camera angle where it's looking up at him.
Mm-hmm.
Because the top of the dome of Jeddah there's like a hole so you can see the sky. Yeah. And they have fireworks blasting the sky. I'm like, I want that angle and those fireworks for like open air stadiums. That'd be awesome.
Nice.
And then Triple H comes out, motorcycle, bandit gear, all that stuff. And I noticed on his vest, he has an NXT patch in like the lower right hand corner of the vest.
Nice.
So I'm like, is that a message to Vince? So they get into it. There's a lot of back and forth, and early on, they do just some like classic mat wrestling, and then they get up and they stare at each other, and the crowd starts chanting, "You still got it! You still got it!" Triple H stops, turns to the crowd, and just goes, "I never lost it." Because it's Triple H. But this was a fucking phenomenal match. They sold injuries. Triple H was like working Orton's, I think it was his left, like entire arm, like the wrist, the elbow, and the shoulder, and Orton sold it the entire match. And when Orton started working over Triple H, he started selling that stuff too, and just telling a great story in the ring. And Michael Cole actually had a great line, and if announcers got points, I would give him a pipe bomb for this. Because this was late in the match. They were like tired and stuff, and he goes, "If these two dig any deeper, they're liable to strike oil." And I thought that was a great line. Yeah. So at one point, Triple H is just like, "Fuck this," and does 4 consecutive back suplexes to Randy Orton on the announcer's table. Which apparently wasn't designed to break.
Okay, then.
So just bam, 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 bam. Yeah, Orton had no back after this match.
Okay, then. Are we sure that wasn't just Triple H's repeated attempt to fix the botch of the table not breaking?
I don't think it was a botch. Because you would think 4 back suplexes, one of them would have broke a table if it was designed to break. No, I'm pretty sure he told them, make sure it doesn't break so I can break Randy's back.
So it's not like Kurt Angle and Who's He Was He with the plexiglass?
No.
Who was it who was trying to suplex with the fucking plexiglass? I don't even remember.
I don't remember. But just to show you the level of storytelling here, there's one point where Orton hits the RKO, pin, 1-2, Triple H kicks out, Orton stands up, and the crowd starts chanting, "One more time! One more time!" And Orton just kind of looks at the crowd like, "You won't," and he puts one finger up, he goes, "You want me to do it again?" And he looks at Triple H, and he looks back at the crowd and looks at Triple H, and he goes, and just shakes it, he goes, "No." And he backs into the corner, and you know what he's going to do once he backs into that corner. And he just stared on Triple H. He's just like, "Get up, get up." And the announcers, like Cole and stuff, are like, "Oh no, he's not going to. No, Randy, don't do it." And Triple H starts to get up, and Randy just runs full tilt at him. Punt kick, and Triple H just grabs his foot with his head down and just catches the foot. And Orton's like, "What?" And Triple H just stands up with his head down, and then lifts his head and looks at him, and just look in his face is, "You didn't just try that shit on me, boy." Drop the leg, gut kick, pedigree. 1, 2, kick out.
Yeah.
And Triple H tries something, and Orton just RKO's him out of it for the 1, 2, 3. But it was a fucking awesome match, and just what these guys could do with just body language alone is just they're on another level. And this match really illustrates what's missing from modern WWE. And it's why these two guys are living legends. Because they are that damned good. Even at, how old is Triple H? Like 50 fucking something?
Somewhere in that area.
Yeah, he's fucking old, and he's like probably one of the best wrestlers on the roster right now.
Well, yeah. That is how that works.
So, yes, Randy Orton with another notch on his belt has killed the legend of Triple H.
Fair enough. 49, by the way.
Okay, so he's just shy of 50. He looks fucking fantastic for his age.
Yep.
If only the same could be said of the two guys in the main event.
Well, Taker actually does kind of look pretty good for his age, if you think about it.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
We'll get there. Anyway, points, my good sir. And by the way, it was Shane that was repeatedly slammed into plexiglass before it finally broke.
Ah, the best in the world.
Yep.
All right, Triple H. 8 points for wrestling a match. 18 points for countering 4 RKOs, a hangman's DDT, and the punt kick. 5, I gave him OMG for the 4 consecutive back suplexes on the announcer's table, because good God.
Okay.
And 5 move points for a rising knee, the knee smash, the spine buster, the crossface, and the pedigree. Basically his entire moveset.
Right.
Total of 36 points to Triple H.
Okay. 36?
Yep.
What's in a 46?
All right. And your winner, the Viper, the Legend Killer, Randy Orton. Orton. 8 for the match, 30 for winning the match, 12 points for countering 4 pedigrees, 11 points for 3 finger stomps, European uppercut, knee drop, the Viper clothesline, high drop kick, his power slam, the Hangman's DDT, and 2 RKOs. Total of 61 points to Randy Orton.
61?
Yeah.
Okay. So 61 becomes 88, 98, 08, 18, 28, 38, 148. Let's not forget about how impressive this match is. Triple H still beat Randy Orton's ass on his own front lawn.
True. I would also say, hey, old man McMahon, this is what happens when you let your talent actually wrestle a goddamn match instead of trying to tell them what to do.
Yeah.
Because I can guarantee you, Hunter and Randy called their own fucking shots for this match.
Probably.
So good.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you, if Vince McMahon had any say, he would never have let Randy go for the punt kick. But Triple H was probably like, no, fucking punt my ass.
Do
it.
No, Randy Orton goes for it. He never hits it, but he teases it. He goes for it.
Yeah,
he does it from time to time. Sort of like Samoa Joe goes for a muscle buster every so often, but never actually connects with it.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving along. So on that, Randy Orton celebrated the win afterward. Let's see. There was a recap of. Now you're gonna have to remind me here. I'm trying to remember exactly how many 24/7 title exchanges we already scored.
One actual match against Elias.
Just that part.
And then he went in and retained it underneath the
won it back out of the ring. Yeah.
ring.
Okay. Well, on the way to Saudi Arabia, Jinder Mahal rolled up R-Truth and won the 24/7 title on the airport tarmac, and R-Truth won it back from Jinder Mahal by pinning him on the plane while he was sleeping at 36,000 feet over the Red Sea.
Score it.
So basically, that's just 20 points each to R-Truth and Jinder Mahal.
Yep.
99, 209, 219, and 20 points to Jinder. That becomes 61. Okay. Right, because it was the golf course shit that we covered, but this part we didn't. I remember now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, next up, we cut to the back. Baron Corbin went up to Byron Saxton and complained that the referee cost him his match for the Universal title earlier in the night, and that he's not going to stand for it, and heads are going to roll.
Why is he telling Byron Saxton this?
Because Byron Saxton is the interviewer.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
He got stuck with that job in Saudi Arabia because they can't bring women.
Okay.
Promo to Baron Corbin. All right. Next we have Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley did some pyro did some flexing with the pyro, and Braun Strowman got a decent ovation. They got into a shoving match, did a test of strength spot. Strowman broke free, did a roll through and a running shoulder tackle, then a splash against the turnbuckle. But Lashley avoided a charge and hit a running power slam for a 2, which was a big move thief, but got no reaction from the crowd. Then a knee to the back to knock Strowman down, and Strowman came back with a spine buster, and Lashley landed hard on his shoulder. Strowman then hit shoulder tackles at a corner clothesline. Lashley rolled out, 8-2 running shoulder tackles on the outside. Strowman followed that up with a punch to the chest, then picked Lashley up, hit him with a power slam, and got a 2. The action then went out to the floor. Lashley hit a running shoulder tackle, sending Strowman into a barricade, then suplexed Braun on the ramp. Back in the ring, Lashley hit a hammer fist and went up top for nothing, so Strowman threw him down, hit him with a running power slam. A power slam and then a running power slam. And then won the match.
Okay, then.
Who had this match? Tiff, is this you?
I did.
All right, what do we got for points, Tiff?
Yes. I have 8 for the match, and he has 3 moves. And then, if I recall correctly, what you said, he had a move. He had a move thief, I think. So that's a point. So that gives
he used a
12
power
points.
slam, which is Braun's move. I don't think Lashley himself has a power slam.
Okay,
Doesn't matter. Same
so
points.
Yep.
Forget about that move thief because I've already counted it, and so
Okay.
it's 11 points to him.
11 points to Bobby Lashley. Puts him at
The
151.
Almighty.
The Almighty, yep. And Braun!
I have 8 for the match and 30 for the pay-per-view win, and we have 8 moves, gives him 46 points.
Not bad at all. That puts Braun at 206.
Woo.
All right. Next, we got promos from Ali and Samoa Joe talking about how they're going to win the Battle Royal.
None of y'all are going to win the Battle Royal because none of y'all are Saudi.
Pretty much. Oh, by the way, I'm an idiot. I made a joke earlier about fucking Lars having a match and Braun not having a match. Well, Braun did have a match, so I'll shut up. And it was a Samoa Joe. Yeah, that's it. That's the guy. 106.
And I would say Braun had the better match because Braun straight up won legitimately.
That's true.
So suck it, Lars.
So following that, we have the entrance of Dolph Ziggler, who does not get much of a reaction, and then Kofi Kingston with his WWE title and Xavier Woods. And audience with a good reaction. They showed some kids in the crowd dancing to the New Day song.
Am I the only one who thinks that with his current gimmick, Dolph Ziggler should have Chris Jericho's old theme song?
There you go.
Don't you wish you were me?
Yeah. So anyway,
I think he's just a broken record according to what happened on SmackDown this week.
yep. So anyway, we have a WWE Championship match between Kofi Kingston and Dolph Ziggler. And Ziggler started off shoulder tackle. Kofi came back with a jumping back elbow, but missed a corner attack, so Ziggler got a drop kick. Applied a chin lock, and when Kofi got up, Ziggler raked his eyes. Ziggler with an elbow drop and another chin lock. Kofi whipped Ziggler's sternum first into the turnbuckle, then hit chops, a drop kick, a leaping clothesline, and the boom drop, aka a comeback into signature. Ziggler then went out to the apron, elbow to the head, and a leaping DDT for a 2. He then set up for a superplex, but Kofi blocked it with a headbutt, then came off top with a crossbody. Ziggler rolled through it, though, and he got a 2. Then they each got 2 counts with the roll throughs, and then Ziggler hit an SOS and got another. Ziggler Kingston hit an SOS and got another 2. Kofi then charged at Dolph by the apron, and Dolph got a knee up and knee blocked the attack. Kofi managed to send Ziggler out to the floor and hit a leaping trust fall dive. Ziggler then drove Kofi back first into the barricade and then the steel stairs. Xavier Woods checked on him, so Ziggler hit Xavier Woods with a super kick. Back in the ring, Ziggler avoided a top rope attack and a Trouble in Paradise. Ziggler then got a roll-up. Kofi kicked him off. Woods then kicked Ziggler in the face as payback while Kofi was distracting the referee, and Kofi then hit a Trouble in Paradise and retained the title.
Okay.
So there you go there. All right. Hold it down. So first of all, Xavier Woods is going to get 5 points for coming in and 6 points for interference. There's 11 points to Xavier.
Xavier.
Yes, quiet. Wake up.
Nah.
Don't man me. I had a long ass day. I was out working doing shit from 10:30. From before that, because I was at 10 together from 10 o'clock in the morning until 8 o'clock tonight. So fuck you.
Yeah, well, I've been doing shit since 7 o'clock this morning, so I got you beat.
Yeah, but you're 3 hours behind him.
Yeah, that's the same equivalent as 10 o'clock my time, dickweed.
So we're both the same, so it still stands.
Yeah, but you weren't doing shit till 8 o'clock your time.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah, not really.
I got home at 7:45-ish.
Yeah, you got home at 7:45. I didn't leave work until 8 o'clock, and then I had a 35-minute drive home.
Yeah.
Anyway, Dolph Ziggler gets 8 points for being in this match, 3 points for evading a Trouble in Paradise, and 3 moves for a drop kick, a satellite DDT, and a super kick. It's 14 points to Dolph Ziggler. And then the WWE champion, Kofi Kingston, is going to get himself 30 points for winning this match, 25 points for retaining his title, 8 points for being in the match, and 11 moves, which includes a leaping back elbow, a drop kick, a leaping clothesline, a boom drop, a diving crossbody, an SOS, a suicide dive, an evasion of a Faymaster, and a Trouble in Paradise kick, for a total of 74 points to Kofi Kingston.
Wow.
We'll put that at 690, which means we're looking at 760. Alrighty then. Let's go back over here. Post-match, Kofi and Xavier celebrated the win. Kids were excited about it. It was all good. Meanwhile, Dolph Ziggler stumbled backstage and ran into Byron Saxton, where he informed Byron Saxton that he out-wrestled Kofi Kingston, and it should have been me. But Kofi had his buddy watching his back, and he said that he was demanding another match with Kofi with no allies, no friends, one-on-one, inside a steel cage.
Yeah,
That match will be happening this Sunday at the Stomping Grounds pay-per-view, by the way.
in front of no audience.
Hmm?
Well, you haven't heard the news.
Huh?
Like, there's barely any audience because barely any tickets sold.
Mm.
Because WWE is shit.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
If I had money, I'd go see it.
Where is it?
Tacoma.
Ah,
So literally an hour from here.
gotcha. Well, Dolph gets a promo. And then we roll on. Some commercials aired, recaps of earlier situations, video packages, many good things. We then had entrances of the men for the largest battle royal in WWE history, the 50-man battle royal.
51. WWE can't count.
Yeah, well,
Well, this is the Rumble. I went through it like quite a few times, and I still only got 50 people. I don't know
Really?
who the
Because
51 person is.
every report was saying it was 51 people and WWE couldn't count.
it's true. Let's see. Super Showdown 2019. Yeah, Wikipedia says a total of 51 participants, although originally scheduled for 50.
Does it have a list of all 51?
Yes, it does.
Well, compare it with what Tiff's got and see who we're missing.
All right, Tiff. Is your list in any particular order?
Not really.
Okay.
I don't have them in alphabetical order.
Okay, well, these guys are in alphabetical order, so just let me know if they show up. All right.
Well, why don't you have Tiff read off her list and then you can just check it because it's easier for you to look in alphabetical order.
Yeah, except the problem being then I'm gonna have to figure out which one she didn't say. It's easier for me to figure. It's easier for her to figure out which one she doesn't have than for me to figure out which one she didn't say.
Fair.
Okay, so we have Akam and Razor, the AOP.
Yeah, I got them.
We have Akira Tozawa,
Yep.
Ali,
Yep.
Apollo Crews,
Yep.
the B Team, Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel,
Yes.
the Brian Kendrick,
Yes.
Buddy Murphy,
Sounds familiar. Yep.
okay, Cedric Alexander,
I do remember seeing his name. I do remember putting it down here somewhere. Yep.
okay, Cesaro,
Yep.
Chad Gable,
Yep.
Kurt Hawkins,
Maybe that was it.
Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder, the Raw Tag Team Champions at the time.
Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder.
Yep.
Yeah, those two are the only ones I don't have on my list here.
Okay, Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder, but isn't that going to put you at 52 if you had 50?
Yeah.
So then who did you count that's not in the match?
I don't have. Were they both in the match?
Yes, both Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins were in the match. Which means either you miscounted or you have somebody on there that wasn't in the match.
I mean, I don't have your list in front of me, so.
Oh, but you have your list in front of you.
Well, I don't know who I don't know who's on your list. Well, the only two I don't have on my list that you've said already is Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. Right as of right now, as you're going down the list.
Okay, and I'll keep going if you want, but as of right now, if that's the case, then you've got somebody in there that wasn't in the match. Because if you said you had a count of 50. Which means if there's two you didn't have, then you're at 52, meaning somebody on that list isn't in the match.
Okay. So what do you want us to do about it? Because I
Well,
don't know what you're trying to tell me.
I'm trying to tell you, we don't want to
Besides
give
that, I have.
we don't want to give points to somebody that's not in the match.
Okay, well, if you can tell me, if you can keep going, we can figure this out. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, well, all you had to do was say that. I didn't know if there's points since we knew you didn't have those two. If you wanted to just go through the scoring and I'll just look at the guys as you give the scores and make sure that they're all guys on the list. But I can keep going on this way if you want to. Whatever. All right. The Revival, Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson.
Yes, I have them.
Okay, Drew Gulak.
So, Drew. Yes.
Okay, EC3.
Yes.
Eric Young.
Eric Young.
Eric
Yes.
Young. Yep. Okay. Let's see. Eric and Ivar of the Viking Experience War Raider people. Heath Slater.
Yes.
Umberto Carrillo.
Yes.
Okay, the Usos.
I believe so, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Jinder Mahal.
Yes.
Okay, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, the Good Brothers.
Yes.
Matt Hardy.
Yes.
Mike Kanellis.
Yes.
Mojo Rawley.
Yes.
No Way Jose.
Wait, Jose. Yep.
Oni Lorcan.
Yep.
Otis and Tucker. The
Yep.
I don't remember what the hell their tag team is called.
Heavy Machinery.
Heavy Machinery.
Heavy Machinery. Thank you. Okay, what else we got? The one and only Ricochet.
Yes.
The glorious Robert Roode.
Yes.
All right. Rowan.
Yes.
Rusev Machka.
Yes.
The Singh brothers.
Yes.
Okay, Samoa Joe.
Yes.
Shelton Benjamin.
Yes.
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yes.
Sin Cara.
Yes.
Miz.
Yes.
Titus O'Neil. Worldwide. The abs of 205 Live at Cruiserweight Champion Tony Nese.
I know because I recall having it here. Yes.
And Xavier Woods.
Yes.
Okay. So is anybody on your list that I didn't name?
No,
Well, there
I
is
think
one
that's-
person who I didn't hear.
Who?
Oh, yeah. And the winner of the match, Mansoor.
Mansoor.
Did you say Cedric Alexander?
I did say Cedric Alexander.
Elias?
Oh, I didn't say Elias because he was the last guy eliminated and wasn't on the bottom list. You're right. Elias as well.
Ali?
Yep.
Oh, wait, you said Ali. No, I have everybody on the list.
That's weird.
EC3, Akira Tozawa, the Singh brothers, we got Robert Roode, we have the Good brothers, I have Heath Slater, I have Tucker, I have Eric Young, Umberto Carrillo, we have the B team, we have Brian Kendrick, Buddy Murphy, Noe Jose, Mojo Rawley, Tony Nese, Xavier Woods, O'Neal Lorcan, Jinder Mahal, Drew Gulak, Mike Kanellis, Robert Roode. We have Apollo Crews, Chad Gable. We have AOP. We have Eric and Ivar. We have the Wilder, and we have Dawson. We have Ali. We have Sin Cara. We have Shinsuke, Elias, Shelton Benjamin, the Usos. We have Cedric Alexander, Samoa Joe, Titus, Ricochet, The Miz, Rowan, Rusev, Cesaro, Matt Hardy, and Mansoor.
Tim, can you just copy that and paste it in Skype for a second so I can look at your list? Just do a big old highlight, copy, paste, throw it in a Skype thing real quick, and I'll just look at it for a sec. Because I think I know what happened. If I heard what I think I heard.
What did you think you heard?
I thought I heard you say Robert Roode twice.
No, I don't think so.
I could be wrong. Let's say, give me your list and I'll just look through and see. If not, then it might have just been a simple miscount. It happens. I just want to make sure.
You've got to be joking.
If you don't want to, we can just go with it and hope it's right. It's not exactly a big deal. I'm sure most of these guys are only getting 8 points for showing up.
They're getting, because it's a specialty, they're getting 11 points.
Oh, that's right. It's 11. You're right.
Which, if it's 11 points, given how close this is, that's actually kind of a big deal.
Yeah, so Tim, if you just send me that list real quick, I'll take a look through it. There we go. Let's take a look here. Let's see. Oh. There's a lot. So we have Singh Brothers, Robert Roode. Yeah, you have Robert Roode on there twice, Tiff. I thought so. You have Robert Roode is right under the Singh Brothers near the top, and then you have him again down below between Mike Kanellis and Apollo Crews.
I was going through them and putting them in order, as in, in order of their their total and everything, and I guess I missed something.
Yeah, Robert Roode got moved and then not removed elsewhere. That's okay. Just drop one Robert Roode and Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins, and we'll be good to go.
And make sure the Robert Roode you keep has the greater of the points if they don't have the same amount of points.
They have the same points. It's the 11.
Okay.
He didn't do a goddamn
Fair.
thing. At this point, given what he's accomplished in the WWE, he really should have just stayed on the indie circuit till AEW came about, because he could be a top AEW star right now if he had. So, let me go over here. So yeah, there were
Okay.
50 dudes. They were all in the ring at the same time. I'm not gonna try to even read or cover this shit about who got eliminated where. I don't care that much. I don't think anybody
Because
cares
I
that.
went through it.
Well, you had to for points. I mean, if you want me to sit here and read this whole thing, I will.
No, it's fine. We can probably get through this quicker rather than recapping.
Right, that's what I'm saying. There were a couple of moves here and there. All we need to know is the last 6 dudes in the match were Ali, Ricochet, Mansoor, Cesaro, Samoa Joe, and Elias. Joe took control with power, threw some chops at Ali. Ali and Ricochet then worked together and knocked and co-eliminated Joe, which got a crowd pop. Cesaro then followed up a double clothesline, Ali and Ricochet out. Mansoor then eliminated Cesaro, leaving Elias and Mansoor as the last 2. Mansoor hit Elias with the super kick. Elias threw Mansoor out to the apron, but he held on and managed to back body drop Elias out to win the match. So props to Mansoor.
So if we're going to start scoring, I have these guys in no particular order, as you can see on Skype. I have EC3 is 8 for the match, 3 for especially, and he gets 11.
All right, that's going to be 27.
Kirizawa, he gets 11. 'Cause he just being in the match and a specialty.
27, yep. Yeah, the 11 is the base of this match. So.
And yes, and base of the match, and until I get to where they somebody has done like moves or whatever.
Until you get to
all gonna get
Apollo
11.
Crews.
Yeah. Smil 11. I probably said that wrong.
Sunil. Okay.
Sunil, yeah. I have it written wrong here. That's why I said it wrong.
That's okay. 64. Okay.
Samir is 11.
That makes sense. 69. Okay. Whoa. There we go.
The only Robert Roode I have on here for right now is 11.
Okay. That puts him at 99.
Yeah, I took a shot at myself. We have Carl Anderson at 11.
Who at this point was probably thinking to himself, why the hell did I fly to Saudi Arabia when I could be home with my hot Asian wife?
Luke Gallows, 11.
Yep.
Heath Slater, 11. Yes. So let me know if I'm going too fast.
Yeah, just hang on a sec. Let me get to it. Luke Gallows, who is somehow wondering, how is my career currently more humiliating than when I was Festus?
Heath Slater. Oh wait, I already said that. Tucker, 11.
Later, Tucker. Going to Big Tucker. Where are they down here? Scrolly. Evidently, Tucker Knight gets 11, puts him at 19. Okay.
Eric Young, 11.
Eric Young, who should really go back to NXT at this point. Okay.
Umberto, 11.
Umberto. Where the hell is he? I'm lost. Here we go. 11, that puts him at 220. Okay.
Curtis Axel, 11.
Curtis Axel getting 11 points. Going up to 37.
Bo Dallas, 11.
Believe.
Mhm.
Okay.
I thought that gimmick was so cheesy.
Yeah, it was. Who's next?
We have Brian Kendrick,
The Brian Kendrick.
11.
Spanky. 73. Okay.
Buddy Murphy, 11.
Buddy Murphy. Was 231. Okay.
No Way Jose, 11.
No way. Jose. No way. Jose. No way. No way. Jose.
Mojo Rawley, 11.
Mr. Cracked Mirror Man himself. 50. Okay.
Tony Nese, 11.
The abs of 205 Live. At the Cruiserweight Champion. Where the hell is he? There we go. 11 still?
Yeah.
The 09. Okay.
Xavier Woods, 11.
Xavier Woods. Puts him at 201.
Oni Lorcan, 11.
Oni Lorcan. Or becomes 264. Okay.
Jinder Mahal, 11.
Jinnah was hindered. 72. Okay. Yep.
Drew Gulak, 11.
For a better 205 Live. Okay.
Mike Kanellis, 11.
Mike Kanellis with a shiny new 5-year contract. 11 becomes 147. Okay.
Zack Ryder, 11.
Becomes 96.
Kurt Hawkins, 11.
Puts him at 88.
Okay, now we get down to Paulo Cruz, where we're going to be adding more on. He has 8 for the match, 3 for the specialty, and 1 move gives him 12 points.
All right. Becomes 25.
Chad Gable, 8 for the match, 3 for the specialty, and 1 for move. It gives him 12 points.
Okay. That becomes 31, 33. Okay.
Otis, we have 8 for the match, 3 for specialty, and we have 2 moves. Is 13 points. Stop doing
I'm not going to start doing that. I'm scoring the show.
that. Pardon me. You ready?
Yep.
Okay, we have Occam. He has 8 for the match, 3 for specialty, and 3 for an elimination. Gives him 14 points.
14 points to Occam. First points of the season.
Razor, same thing.
Well, way too far. Let's see. Razor. 14?
Yeah.
All right.
3 for an elimination and 11 base.
Got it. Cool. Next.
Eric of the Invaders.
Eric of the assorted Viking dudes. Okay.
11 for the base and 3 for an elimination is 14.
91.
Ivar, 11 base and 1 elimination is 14.
14. All right. That becomes 102 and 4 is 106.
Dash Wilder, 11 base and 1 elimination, 14.
14 for Dash Wilder. Puts him at 134.
Scott Dawson, 11 base and 1 elimination, 14.
14 becomes 35. 139. Okay.
Ali, 11 for the base and 1 elimination is 14.
That becomes 84, 188.
Okay, we have Sin Cara next. 11 for the base and 2 moves, and 1 elimination is 16 points. Wait, yes, that's right.
How the hell was Sakara so randomly effective?
We have 1 head scissors and 1 armbar slam.
Yeah, okay, good for him.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, that's right.
Cool.
Shinsuke, we have 11 for the base. We have 1 move and 1 elimination gives him 15 points.
Okay, that was 57, and 5 is 62.
Elias gives him 11 for the base and 1 move and 1 elimination is 15 points.
Is 260.
Shelton Benjamin, 11 base, 1 elimination, 1 move, 15.
And puts him at 18.
Jimmy.
Jama!
11 for the base, 1 move, and 1 elimination is 15.
Okay, that becomes 53, 258.
Jay.
Okay.
11 for the base, 1 elimination, 1 move, 15.
Okay, that becomes 46, and 5 is 251.
Cedric Alexander, we have 11 base, 1 elimination, 1 move, 15.
15 becomes 82, 87.
Samoa Joe,
Okay.
11 for the base, and 2 eliminations is 17.
15, all right, plus 6 is 123.
Titus, we have
Worldwide?
11 base and 2 elimination is 17.
And all right, 17 becomes 37, and 7 is 44. And spiritual minus points for not having a Titus World Slide. Next,
Ricochet, we have 11
the one
base
and only
and 2 eliminations is 17.
becomes 318. Okay,
The Miz,
Dom is
11 base, 2 eliminations, 1 move, 18.
18 becomes 188.
Rowan, we have 11 base, 2 eliminations, 1 move, 18.
That was 38, and 8 is 146.
Now, we're getting to Rusev, Cesaro, and Matt Hardy. They had the most eliminations of everybody in the match at 3 eliminations apiece.
Oh, okay.
Rusev, he has 11 for the match, and 3 eliminations is 20 points.
20 points puts him at 54.
We have Cesaro, 11 for the match. 11 for the base. We have 3 eliminations, and we have 3 moves. Gives him 23.
23. Okay, what's that at 80? And now puts him at exactly 200 points.
And the same thing goes for Matt Hardy as 11 base, 3 eliminations, and 3 moves. 23.
Okay, we got 89, 99, and 3 is 102.
Now, the winner of the match is Mansoor. I don't know if I scored him, but I don't know if you want to put him on here anywhere.
I'm just going to note him on the bottom. I doubt we'll do anything with him, but just for the record, I'll put him on the bottom.
11 for the match, 30 for the pay-per-view win, 10 for a specialty win. He has 2 moves and two eliminations. That gives him 59 points.
Well, that's 59 points for Mansoor. We'll hold on to that. Yeah, this is going to be an issue if I leave it here, though. So I'm going to cut that, and I'm going to put it somewhere else. We can keep track of it.
Yeah, put on a different sheet somewhere.
Yeah, I'll put it down here below the scores, the regular team scores. I'm just gonna put this in the next box, though. Just clear this box out. I remember Mansoor has 59 points. Okay. Alrighty. Thank you, Tiff, for taking on that Battle Royal. That was a hell of a match.
Indeed, you have done well.
Loud family cheering for Mansoor when he won, and his had a lot of family in the crowd, according to the announcer, so that was cool. Post-match, Mansoor was interviewed by Byron Saxton, and he said that this is a great moment for us, and that 1 year ago at the greatest Royal Rumble, he was a WWE prospect. He stood in this ring, and he was just a rookie that wanted to make it as a WWE superstar, and said that he had a dream to represent his country all over the world. The fans chanted, "You deserve it." Mansoor said that he won the most historic battle royal in WWE history, and his dream came true. He then spoke in Arabic for a moment, and the fans cheered, and there was pyro. So we'll add a quick promo to Mansoor there. He ends up at 64. Post-match, we had Stomping Grounds.
Mansoor, but I think the most historic battle royal ever was the first ever women's Royal Rumble, despite the fact that it was tainted.
That's fair. We hyped up all the matches for Stomping Grounds that were announced.
Wait, no, that was the Money in the Bank that was tainted. But yeah, the first women's Royal Rumble was probably the most historic in WWE history.
Fair. I was sort of noting by John Canton here that the graphics were shown in the stadium announcing the varying matches that were coming for Stomping Grounds, and the fans apparently cheered very loudly when the two women's matches were shown. So hopefully we can get the women to wrestle at the next Saudi event, because the fans want it to happen. The government's the only one saying no.
Well, it was supposed to happen. Alexa and Natalya went with them.
Yeah, that's
Saudi
true.
Arabia. And they were supposed to have a match until they landed, and the government said no. And yeah, apparently WWE is still naive enough to think they're going to get women to be able to wrestle over there.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did. Anyway, so following the Battle Royal, we then wrapped up the night with what many are referring to as one of the worst matches of all time. It's Goldberg versus The Undertaker. Oh boy. So we open things up with the appropriate pre-match viewing of Goldberg's locker room door surrounded by security. And apparently Goldberg thought it would be a good idea to preemptively headbutt the steel door and bust his own head open before even stepping in front of the camera. So Goldberg came out with blood already on his head after headbutting his door and was marched to the ring by his security. When he came out, Goldberg did get his full pyro entrance, which is cool to see once in a while, since he doesn't get that much anymore. And there were, let's see, following Goldberg coming to the ring, there were druids on the stage holding lights, which led to The Undertaker, who made his slow, multi-minute walk to the ring. Big crowd cheering for The Undertaker. Worth respecting, by the way. Not that these guys both don't look good, but this is a match featuring a 54-year-old wrestling a 52-year-old.
Right. I would also point out, again, Aleister Black not allowed to come over because of demonic tattoos. Yet you're letting a fucking zombie with demonic druids come out. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Really? Like, Undertaker's entire gimmick is around, like, demonic shit and pentagrams. Like, I don't get it.
Mm.
His entire gimmick is literally Satan worship, and yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I give up.
Should send them Bloodcraft Wrestling. Their head would explode. Anyway, So after the guys got in the ring, they had a long stare down. Goldberg did a throat slash. Taker threw a punch. Goldberg bounced off the ropes and managed to hit a spear, then hit another one, and then Taker sat up. Undertaker then got whipped into the ropes and grabbed Goldberg by the throat with a choke as if to go for a choke slam, but Goldberg then took him down and applied a knee bar. Taker got the ropes to break that hold. The crowd was chanting Undertaker. Goldberg then missed a corner charge when running at the Undertaker. Taker moved, and then Goldberg, instead of taking the move to the shoulder like you're supposed to do, and as Roman Reigns did several times earlier in the evening, Goldberg decided to brain his own already bleeding head into the ring post and give himself a significantly more bleeding head wound, as well as a concussion that basically rendered him incapable of properly wrestling the remainder of the match. So that's botch number 1.
Yeah.
Undertaker grabbed Goldberg and did the old school. And referee Mike Chioda grabbed some black gloves because of all the blood in the ring and started checking on Goldberg.
Yeah, I'm assuming Kyoto was not the ref at main event where Dana Brooke decided she was going to Goldberg it and fucking headbutt spear the ring post and bust her head wide open.
Yeah.
The ref in that match did what Kyoto should have done and threw up the goddamn X.
Yeah, well, it's the main event of a massive pay-per-view being paid for. There was no possible way he could do that and not get fired. With the amount of money the Saudis paid, and especially with the build-up for this match for the Saudis, there was no way he could throw up that X and call off the main event of this program and not get immediately fired.
You could if one of the two competitors can't physically wrestle because he's got a concussion.
Yeah. When's the last time the WWE actually gave a flying shit about the health of their employees? Or, I should say, I'm sorry, their contracted, they're independent contractors.
Yeah, which is illegal, but we'll get to that later.
And it's been illegal for a long time, and ain't nobody stopped Vince McMahon yet. Point being...
Well, the state of California is about to, because they're about to define independent contractor in the state of California. And yeah, Vince ain't going to like that.
No, he's not, but luckily that's not going to mean jack shit for Vince, so...
Except California is one of his larger markets in the U.S.
It is, but realize one thing. As far as corporations go, interstate law generally stipulates that corporations have to operate and are entitled to operate under the law of the state in which their headquarters resides, regardless of what state they operate in. It's the reason all the credit card companies hide out in Delaware, because Delaware's usury laws are bullshit and they can charge people exorbitant interest rates. Because their headquarters is in Delaware, it doesn't matter where you are, they could do it. So because WWE's headquarters is in Connecticut, unless Connecticut changes the law, they're fine.
Well, it's a first step.
It is.
Other states follow suit.
Well, that might be nice, until some bigwig like Vince McMahon decides to file a countersuit and drives it up to the heavily conservative Supreme Court, and they just overrule it and say, no, you can't do that, it's unconstitutional.
Yeah, that will be a big drag-out war, because that ain't going to fly.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, the Constitution is whatever the Supreme Court says it is. And people were short-sighted enough to not care about that and basically either throw away votes by not voting or throw away votes on a third party rather than accept that maybe Hillary might be okay. So,
yeah.
Tiff, you should be so glad you don't live in this fucking country. Tiff, are you alive?
Yeah, I'm here.
Did the Battle Royal kill you?
Almost.
Just checking. Anyway, speaking of people that were almost dead, Undertaker proceeded to hit Goldberg with a choke slam after the blood check. He then picked Goldberg up and very gently hit a tombstone. Goldberg kicked out of that maneuver. The two gentlemen then did a running double clothesline on each other to knock themselves both down. They got into a slugfest. Taker then hit a corner clothesline in the Snake Eyes. Goldberg came back with another spear. He then picked Undertaker up and went for the jackhammer, and then proceeded to drop Undertaker on his fucking neck.
Yeah.
That's a good way to cripple somebody.
Concussion.
At least. He's lucky he didn't end up with a compacted fucking spine. Or worse, the fucking Edge Tyson Kidd injury.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. Goldberg, I should say, Undertaker was not pleased by this. There's a great, people have captured the still shot of this, of after that happened and Undertaker kicked out of the fucked up jackhammer, where after the match Taker sits up and just has this "are you fucking kidding me" look on his face. So that was great. Goldberg then tried to lift Undertaker for a tombstone. And the idea was supposed to be that Undertaker did that thing where he spins around and lands on his own feet and reverses it into his own tombstone in one solid motion. And Goldberg couldn't even support Taker's weight to do that, and they just collapsed. So that's a minor botch. And finally, Undertaker must have called it audible and was like, all right, the hell with this shit. Chokeslammed Goldberg and just ended the match. So, yeah, this was not good.
Then it got worse because apparently after the match, when he went back to Gorilla, apparently Vince McMahon was furious and he blamed Undertaker for not being able to carry a concussed Goldberg for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, Vince? Fuck you.
Yep.
You don't get to say that to the Undertaker. Fuck off. Fucking old piece of shit.
Yeah. Although John Canton rated this match -1 star.
I agree.
So, yeah, this was just a fucking horrible.
So, yeah, apparently now Taker's pissed at Vince and Vince is pissed at Taker. And Vince is a fucking idiot for being pissed at Taker because this is the same Goldberg who William Regal said, well, I did what I could. I can't wrestle myself for 20 minutes. And you expect Undertaker to be able to carry this guy? Are you fucking kidding me? You old senile piece of shit?
Yeah.
Like, Vince just needs to go the fuck away.
Yeah. So apparently it was that Undertaker meme is apparently post-match after the pinfall he gave that look. I apologize. Fair. That's where that still shot has come from. There's actually a video here, and oh yeah, that didn't look good.
Yeah, and apparently Vince was so pissed off that he basically just said, yeah, both of you old farts, you're both officially fucking retired. Don't set foot in my ring ever again.
Yeah.
So, yes, Undertaker, after all his years of service, unceremoniously fired off screen.
Yeah.
Or retired off screen. So, yeah. He doesn't get retirement anything. He's just gone.
Well, here's the question. Is Vince going to actually hold him to the remainder of his contract for that? Or is he actually going to fire him and cut the contract? Because if so, Undertaker should be allowed to go into independent bookings that Vince was stopping him from doing.
You fucking kidding me? No, Vince is going to fucking hold him until he goes 6 feet under in a pine box. Vince will never let him do anything. It's Vince.
Yeah, but once that contract expires, he has no grounds to stop it.
True. So probably at least hold him to the contract.
Yeah. Anyway.
I mean, but if that's true that Vince just straight up retired his ass, that's bullshit that after everything he's done, after all his years of service, he doesn't even get a retirement ceremony. Of all superstars in the history of WWE, Taker is the one that deserves an actual retirement thing on TV or at a pay-per-view.
Yeah, but Vince also changes his mind on a fucking dime. Give it a couple of months, and when he needs ratings again, he'll be calling Taker, begging him to come wrestle another match. That's the thing. And that's the thing I think Undertaker is fully aware of. Vince needs Taker more than Taker needs Vince at this point.
Yeah, and Taker, if the reports are true of how bad it got and how pissed off they were, Taker will probably say no. But say, no, fuck you. You blame me for this shit? Fuck off.
Yeah.
I would, as you pointed out, Vince needs Taker more than Taker needs Vince. If I was Taker, I'd be like, nope, you retired me, I'm retired. Go fuck yourself, old man.
Yeah. Well, anyway, since we do have to give some points for this, Goldberg gets 12 points base. That's 8 for a pay-per-view and 4 for being in the main event. It's 12 at base. 3 spears and a jackhammer is 4 moves. That puts him at 16 points for the match. -5 for a major botch of braining himself on the ring post into a concussion. Major botch for dropping Taker on his neck and nearly crippling him. Minor botch for collapsing in the fucking tombstone reversal spot. Is basically Goldberg ends up with 16 points to start off with, minus 13 points for botches is 3 points to Goldberg.
Yeah.
I don't think he's not even on the roster, is he?
I
No.
think we took him
No.
off.
I'll just note him over by Mansoor then. All 3 fucking points to him. I guess I'll throw up 5 for his SmackDown promo too,
Fair.
since that did happen. Anyway, The Undertaker, who is on the roster, gets 30 points for winning this match. He gets 5 points for winning the main event. He gets the base 12, and he gets 5 moves for an old school, a choke slam, a tombstone, a snake eyes, and another choke slam. It's 52 points to The Undertaker.
Add 3 to the Undertaker.
Why?
Because I'm giving him the counterpoints since fucking Goldberg botched that shit.
That's fair. 55 points to The Undertaker, which
I
will
don't
put
recall you.
it 70.
I don't recall you giving him his base 12 points.
I did.
Okay.
Because it's 30, base 12 is 42, 5 for winning the main event is 48,
47.
47, and then 4 moves is 48. Sorry, 5 moves. That's why I fucked it up. 5 moves, not 4.
Plus
That's-
3 for the reversal.
Yeah, 30 plus 5 is 35. Plus 2 is plus 12 is 47, and then the 5 is 52. And yeah, and then it's 52. Yeah, and then 3 for the reversal is 55. Okay. Anyway, that was a mess.
Yes, it was.
Let's see where we're at after that clusterfuck. So still in the lead is Captain Planet. The holograms over here. He's at 41-16. Really pushing up the gap there. I'm at 39-94.
Still in striking distance.
Within striking distance, certainly, but which would become, let's see, 4094. So that's about a 130-point gap there.
But we have another pay-per-view coming up this weekend.
We do. Then over here, we've got Tiff is at 30-43 and Risa at 32-09. So we got about 170-point gap there.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, would you like to read those off for me?
I can read those off for you.
Let me just add some box outline there.
Right.
And now let me go ahead. And this is going to be Super Showdown. Next, what the hell date was this on again?
7th.
7th, thank you. All right. Yeah, that didn't center. Piece of junk. Piece. Better. Okay, points, please.
41-16. 39-94.
Hang on, I gotta center these boxes. Okay, 41-16.
39-94.
94, okay.
30-43.
All right.
32-09.
Okay. Cool. To the leaderboards.
Yep.
Up to the, close this out. Score column. All right, top of the leaderboards, still the WWE champion, Kofi Kingston. He's at 760 points. He's followed by Seth freaking Rollins, the Universal Champion, who off of his title retention has moved up to 468 points and second place, switching places with his girlfriend, the Man. And the Raw Women's Champion, Becky Lynch, who's at 383 still. SmackDown Women's Champion, Bayley, still in fourth place at 375. The best in the world, Shane McMahon, moves up into fifth at 358 off of his victory over Roman Reigns. 1 point behind him is the aforementioned big dog Roman Reigns at 357. Baron Corbin, off of an attempt at Rollins' title, comes in at 327, followed by the one and only Ricochet, who is at 318. Tony Nese, the abs of 205 Live and Cruiserweight Champion, is at 309. The Intercontinental Champion Finn Balor rounding out the top 10 at 295.
All right, then.
So there you go there. So 4 main champions, still the top 4. Cruiserweight and IC up there as well. There were 7 in the way. Yeah. And Rey Mysterio with the no, not anymore. We'll have to change that.
So, did you hear about what's been teased with Sarah Logan?
No.
We might have just found out why they broke up the Riot Squad.
Okay.
Because apparently she tweeted out that she is a Viking and she's going to raid the women's division.
Oh, that's an interesting idea. Okay.
So they're putting her with her husband.
I can see that. Fine by me.
So we might see more of the Viking war raiding experience over here if they
Okay,
put
right.
Sarah with them.
Fair enough. That'd be interesting. What the hell?
Because apparently keeping couples on TV together is apparently a thing for Vince now.
Right. Why do I have 3 of these with no color all of a sudden? What the hell happened?
You have 3 with no color.
What the blue fuck happened? I am
Who
confused.
cares?
I thought she was married to somebody in the the Insanity people.
Sarah? No, she's married to Eric,
Oh.
formerly known as Raymond Rowe.
Yep. We gotta fix the damn coloration on these stupid things.
Really, you're going to take the time to do that now?
Yeah, it's gonna take 2 seconds. So they can see that I professionally maintain this thing.
I'm going to let that one go.
Oops.
Oh my.
Too easy. Low-hanging fruit.
That is fair. Yeah, this one. Okay. That should be right. So it's yeah, it should be maintained either way. I don't know why we suddenly lost 3 rows worth of color. That was weird.
That was weird, but we're good now.
Yeah, alright.
Ding!
Yep. Alright. So there we go. That is all saved up. Come up here.
Ah,
We'll close that out. Close this out. Close that out too. Minimize that. Alright, folks. Jeff, Tiff, thank you for joining me. Risa, we hope to have you next time. Stay tuned. We're going to catch up on all our videos eventually. It will happen. And until then, we'll see you next time.